All right. Being that it is 7 o'clock, we're going to call this town board meeting to order. The fire exits are outside of that door at each end of the hall. There is a defibrillator located across the hall if one is needed. We will start with the pledge of allegiance to the flag and a moment of silence for all the deceased residents of Towm. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now we will continue with the invocation from Pastor Chris Bodie from St. John's Lutheran Church.
All right, let us pray. Our Lord and God, we come to you tonight as we begin another town meeting here in Hamlet, and we thank you for those who are in positions of leadership, those with responsibilities here. We pray that you guide all of them, and that the meeting would be led by your Spirit, that it would be for the benefit of the people in this town, and we pray this in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you.
Thanks, Benjamin.
Now we have a new town board member, so we're going to have the official swearing in by Judge Paul Rath. Go ahead, Nick. You can go up there.
Your phone working okay?
Hit him when he gets home.
You ready?
Yep.
Raise your right hand. I, Rick Wright,
I, Rick Wright,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of town councilperson
the duties of the town councilperson
in Hamlin, New York,
in Hamlin, New York,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability. Thank you, sir.
You get it all right? You get it?
I got it. I didn't get
Do you want to get a
It's on
picture?
video, too.
Oh, is it? Do you want to get a picture with your wife also?
Yeah, of course.
Kaylee, please.
Apparently I got photos of
Huh?
Yeah, it's one.
Yeah. Well, 1, 2, 3. Got it.
Very good.
Thank you, Judge. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, I guess. We'll see you in a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that? That's what they said.
Okay, now we'll continue with the roll call, please.
Probot,
Here.
Wright,
Here.
Vocal,
Here.
Jaeger,
Here.
Bobbit.
Here.
There.
Okay, now we're coming to the public forum. If there's somebody in the audience who would like to address the board, please address the board as a whole unit. Don't call anybody out by name. Try to keep it to 3 minutes. If it goes a little bit longer, we'll give our clerk your name and address so that she can write it for the record. Is there, if you want it verbatim, what you said, please give the clerk a copy of it, and she can put it in. Is there anybody, I have anything for Amanda Coletti?
Yep.
Go ahead.
So before I start, I just wanted to shout out to everybody involved in the Hamlin Housing Fund. It was so awesome, it was such a great event, and I think it brings so much, it brings the community together and really helps support the local businesses. So everybody involved, that was fun, and I can't wait till next year. Now to my concern. So, there has been a constant, issue going on in Apple Hollow, kind of the surrounding streets. And, I'm not gonna say his name right now, but it also involves, like 2 bikes, I think, at the moment. And I had to call the police, last week because there was a personal thing that happened with me, and I felt threatened by it, and it scared my kids. And all the police could do was say, oh, we gotta catch him on video, or we gotta catch him in person. Now, mind you, I had this on video, I've been keeping video, and they can't do anything about it. So I sent it to them, and they just said, okay, yeah, we'll try and do more runs and see if we can catch him in the act. Okay, great. So if the police can't really do anything about it, and I'm not sure how much you guys are doing about it, because we keep hearing, oh, if we just wait for it to sort itself out or call 911. And that's what everybody's doing, we're waiting and we're calling 911. But nothing's happened. I'm pretty sure they're handing out tickets like candy, and nothing really gets done about that. I'm not here for the noise. I'm here for the safety. He is impatient. Both of them are. And that's the worst part, because if you're trying to turn off alcohol under 19, he is most likely going to cut across the grass. Or if my daughter is getting off the school bus and she's waiting at the end of the driveway, and they see her because there's no cars in the way, he is slowly, he's slowly coming up, and then he sees her, he revs his engine, and speeds right by her, and she comes into the cry. We live on a dead end, alcohol is a dead end street. So the speed limit's 30. I don't know how fast he's going over fast 30, maybe goes under 30. So, clearly my video, it doesn't matter what he did on Halloween, it doesn't matter how he drove around people on the street and stopped, went right up on the grass, it doesn't matter that he doesn't have a light on his bike or a horn. But he can just drive wherever he wants around people if he has a vehicle on the street. So I guess why I'm here is as a concerned citizen of the town of Hamlin, and I guess I'm here for safety of other little kids. What do I do? What do we do? What's our next step?
Is this a motorcycle?
It's,
I guess I'm
so it's a,
Dirt bike, like dirt bike, basically.
right, so this is a dirt bike, and it is registered, or it's not registered, because you can't really get into detail. He drives it like a car, so, I mean, roads are roads, so he drives on the road, or on the other side of the road, or that car.
Did you,
Really,
do you know where he lives?
yes,
And did you report that to the police where he lives?
multiple times, yeah. I already know 10 of my neighbors surrounding me have called the police and made reports, but that's only people I know. And I've called multiple times.
Okay. And I can take care of that. I work for the sheriff's office, I can find out what.
Okay.
So Zone C comes here, by the Zone C Sheriff's Department.
Do they give you a report at all when they come?
No, I didn't get reports.
Okay. I can,
Yeah, but she didn't reach my house.
so you can leave your name and stuff at Patty Joe.
Yeah, and the police officer I spoke with, I did get her video of things that are going on. So at this point, more of a safety concern, I could kind of walk down the street.
Yeah, so this is good for the information. Like,
Is he getting up on the sidewalk, or is he just on the road, or is he over
So
the
there's no
pole?
sidewalk in Apple Hollow, but, when I wait for my kids at the end of the street, or my driveway,
Yeah.
they'll purposely come close and do a wheelie and run about 10 feet.
We're sorry that it's terrorizing, we are. And
Yeah.
they have been, you're right, there's at least 2 motorcycles, and they've been going up and down the road doing wheelies up 19. We have called the sheriffs also. And we are told, they gotta catch them in the act, and, maybe you need to post somebody out here or whatever. I know they're busy catching shootings and every other thing also, but it is, somebody's gonna get hurt sooner or later.
Seems to be a lot on the weekends
Yes.
instead of high amount.
Okay. That's fine, I mean, like you said, he does work with the sheriff, so
So this
maybe,
gives me the information. I can-
Okay, yeah, I'm sure it'll quiet down a little bit, but doesn't mean it'll.
Yeah, I'll see what they can, I'll find out why nothing's, where it stopped.
I've heard they don't have a place to hide, It's
No,
hard
that's-
because there's no place, I mean, he sees them and other people.
But he's also on a dirt bike, so if he sees them, he's
It seems like medicine.
not a road.
Yes, it's.
It's not licensed, it's not legal.
Is there anything I can do that will help?
Let's see what we can do first and we have your information and give Patty Jo, our clerk, your phone number and everything, and maybe if we find something out, we can call you and let you know what's going on.
I can call you tomorrow once I get.
Okay, yeah, that'd be good, and then hopefully.
Okay.
Because next week we'll write down the real,
Wheelie?
what is it?
Wheelie?
On the snow,
Oh.
the snowmobile.
Oh, sorry.
But I hope you look at that, so. I'll give you info, thank you, that is all.
Okay, Lisa,
All right.
sorry to be
Thank
in
you.
trouble. Thank you. Is there anybody else who wants to address the board? Seeing that there is no other person, we'll end the public forum. Requesting town board resolution to approve the regular town board meeting minutes of October 25th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Robot,
Yes.
Wright,
Abstain.
Volkel, Jaeger,
Yes.
Bud.
Yes. Requesting town board resolution to approve the payment of bills from their respective funds.
So moved.
Robot,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Volkel, Jaeger,
Yes.
Bud.
Yes. Requesting town board resolution to approve the public hearing minutes of October 25th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Robot,
Yes.
Wright,
Abstain.
Volkel, Jaeger,
Yes.
Bud.
Yes. Supervisors monthly report acknowledging filed.
Yeah, I got it.
I assigned, but I guess we can ask for a resolution instead. Request town board resolution to assign the liaison duty for the ambulance, Phil Department, Fire Department, Conservation Board, and seniors duties to Rick Wright for the remainder of 2023.
So moved.
Robot,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Volkel, Jaeger,
Yes.
Bud.
Yes. Requesting town board resolution assigning cultural committee liaison duties to Sharon Steigerwald for the remainder of 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Robot,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Volkel,
Can I ask,
We can,
Talk about it.
you can have discussion, that's fine.
so what, could someone give me an overview of what the cultural committee is gonna be looking like this year? Because I guess last year it wasn't fully functional, or wasn't all it could be, so what is the goal?
Last year was, right, the last year was the beginning of the year. We were learning and with our other town board member leaving for the Pentagon and everything, it did not go as well as could have. Yes, absolutely. So we are hoping that with Sharon's leadership and stuff and with the people that she knows and their enthusiasm, that maybe we can get it back on track and do a lot better job. We do have the total eclipse coming up, and maybe she can even help right now. Kaylee would like some help for Christmas time even. We have our Christmas stuff coming up, and then there's gonna be a little break, and hopefully maybe things, planning other things, more help planning with the Farm Fest and all your October fall things or
Also,
whatever.
adding additional, like, events that they don't, that we probably would want some business, promotion on, so we don't have to pay for it ourselves. That was the biggest thing, is like, you have a concert, or you have any kind of event where you can get businesses to go out and actually promote the event and sponsor it, where it could actually make money for the rec center. I think it would benefit us, but I think she probably has the experience, knows a lot of people that can, so that we can come together. We just don't have that in this community. We don't we pay, it's like we're making phone calls, we're stopping by flower shops or whatever to get more stuff, and we need to talk to bigger companies that can sponsor and things like that.
And maybe we can think of more events too. I hate constantly having a handout, but also even just more events for something more for the people in town to go to. Like I said, maybe a concert. I don't know if we put on anything like a concert.
We did back in the days.
Back in the days we did, but I don't think we have lately.
We had, last time they had Molly,
VFW,
we had Molly Hatchet one year.
that wasn't cultural committee.
No, I'm talking about but you would use those kind of, like that kind of promotion where you can actually we have enough space, even in our own area, to have a big concert like that. You know, Hilton does it all the time for their, for their carnival. We more than can do something like that. If Sharon could work with a promoter, we could work with a sponsor and actually pay for that, for performer. There's so much you do. And I think she probably have time to do it.
Right.
But I think with our energy, I think.
We have last year we got a lot of, we worked with the fire department more closely here in Hamlin as far as stages and working at their grounds and everything, so we created more friendship on the fire department where town could put on something, and the fire department's made a little money and stuff, so.
Yeah, I think that's important to make sure events aren't overlapping each other and.
That's the biggest thing, because
Right.
there's so many going on all at the
Right.
same time.
Right.
Weekends, and, yeah.
So
They have the
coordinating.
time.
Coordinating,
all
but,
that.
and working with our fire departments and everything here in town.
There's also a guy at the VFW, he's on, the AVA, actually, that's what he used to do, he was a promoter for the memorial and all that. He just retired like 2 years ago. He did concerts and all that, so that would be a good person to reach out with.
Maybe he'd like to join the committee.
Yeah, I tried that.
Hamlin is a German town, and we've missed doing Christmas markets here. I mean, that's something that we should be doing.
Yes, we can be doing, there are some things we can be doing with, and I'm sure, more people with more ideas, everybody's got more ideas. So,
So will rec, is the idea that rec will still be involved?
absolutely, rec is in charge of, yes, rec is over the cultural committee, yes.
Yeah.
They answer to rec.
But I was under the impression that Angel was the chairperson of it, and I was kind of like was kind of like the Friends, where I'm not a Friends member, but I'm still active with the Friends, kind of like a shared responsibility. So with Angel leaving, that role has kind of been vacant. Steve has kind of helped, fill it in the time being, but if we could get somebody else kind of running it. I mean, only just so many hours in the day when I'm running, archery and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to.
Like, you don't feel like your department would have the bandwidth to lead up the cultural committee?
Not all of those events. I mean, all of the October ones, Farm Fest is huge, we got July Jamboree, we got the Easter egg hunt, it's like we have one every month, so it's just a lot, especially when we're running other things. I mean, that was just an event, it's just an event, but it's time consuming and it's a lot. Farm Fest really just came together so well because we delegated, Angel handled the band, Michelle handled the food, I handled the kids part of it. And it just worked well because everyone had a job and we came back, met once a month, here's where we are, everything. Gave new tasks and we came back, which is nice, delegating each person a role instead of just sitting in a room like, okay, we gotta figure out, everyone had a specialty, like Michelle had a relationship with all the farmers in the fire department, so she killed food, it was so easy for her, whereas the kids stuff was easy for me, because in my department, Angel had experience with the bands at VFW, so, and Steve really worked with the farmers, so just having people with different skills and different connections on these committees is really what makes things work well, in my opinion.
I just want to be sure that the town is taking an active role still in this committee. If there's a person who's not working for the town that is the liaison
No.
now.
The committee falls underneath of, just like your history committee, falls underneath the history department, actually. and the cultural committee falls underneath the recreation department or whatever. These committees still answer to whatever department they are underneath.
And the budget falls under us as well, so.
And I am also I'm the liaison to recreation, so in part there, I'm kind of liaison over cultural committee and recreation also, so.
Sharon, this is obviously something you're interested in doing and you're.
Absolutely.
I guess I like the enthusiasm the best. I've seen talking with her and Katie, I got them both together about this, and the enthusiasm, I haven't seen that. I like seeing it for the recreation for kids and just stuff like that. You like, it's been missing a little bit in town, and it's nice to see that enthusiasm, so. That's why I wanted it done, I think it'll be a help to the town. And if it isn't, they're only 1 year appointment, so. In a year, we can reappoint. Any other questions, please? Okay.
Not your vote,
What?
not voting, the way it is.
Oh, yes. Okay, Joe? Jagger.
Yes.
Us.
Yes. Requesting town board resolution to deem as surplus equipment and sell by means of public auction a 1996 Freightliner tractor model FLD 120SD with serial number 2FUPFXYB5TA881291. This is a tractor trailer, which is called the tractor, it's not an actual farm tractor.
No, I know. So moved.
Yeah.
Second.
Probert,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Boco,
Yes.
Jagger,
Yes.
us.
Yes. Our next one, we had stuff coming in today, so you're requesting the resolutions. Got confused, the board member has it, maybe Joe has a copy, our clerk has a new copy. So I'll read off a new copy. Sorry about if there's out there, it's different, but things came in today, so we did change.
Oh, so it's not the one on the agenda?
It's not the one on the agenda,
Okay.
no. She's got the three right in front of her. All right, and we can probably do all three of them at once instead of doubled up. Requesting town board resolution for the following budget transfers. From account AA 8160.4 refuse contractual expense to account AA 8540.40 drainage expense in the amount of $3,759.42. From account AA 8160.4 refuse contractual expense to account AA 7110.4 parks contractual amount 509.67. And from account DA 9060.80 medical and dental insurance to account DA 5110.40 general repairs contractual in the amount of $5,096.85.
So moved.
Second.
Probert,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Boco,
Yes.
Jagger,
Yes.
us.
Yes. Also just came in today from our highway department, a couple of other resolutions that are not in this, that just came in this afternoon, or late morning, whatever. Requesting town board resolution to accept the sealed bid for 2023-24 Yanmar model SB 40 6-way angle blade and Allied 555 hammer. Sealed bid received from Georgian Swede Sales and Service for the sum of $85,898. They just opened this at 10 o'clock this morning. The sealed bid was done.
We have 4 bids, 2 from the same vendor of 2 different machines. The next comparable machine was, do you have the numbers with you?
No.
No, I didn't bring, roughly 88,000 for the next one, and the next one was 102,000. So this was the cheapest of the bids, and actually the machine we liked the best. Sewer next year. We talked about next year's budget.
And other small things, like now we have a machine that will fit into the cemetery area. So it's a smaller excavator. We could, a lot of times you get told that we go the cemetery to do burials because of everybody needs up those. And our machines were, so we had to go out and borrow another town's machine.
Sorry.
Robert,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Boco,
Yes.
Geiger,
Yes.
Buzz.
Yes. And this sale price for truck just came in also, it just concluded actually. The actual company that did the auction just got the money from the people. So we don't actually say it's sold until they get the money. Requesting town board resolution to accept the auction sale price of $15,800 for one 2015 Chevrolet Silverado pickup, VIN number 3GCUKREC7FG353116. Funds to be deposited into general money market 2665.00 sewer sale of used equipment.
Robert,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Boco,
Yes.
Geiger,
Yes.
Buzz.
Yes. Any other resolutions or anything? All right, we're moving to reports and Councilperson Yeager.
Okay, we'll do, dog shelter first. We had 18 calls for service, 25 phone calls. Dogs at the shelter, we have 7 currently. 5 dogs with new owners, 4 vet appointments. Larson, we used the truck at 1 time and 9 times from Sweden. We had the Ag and Markets audit, which they passed for 2 years. And then, if anyone's interested, we have puppies that go on for adoption from Clarkson next week. Right? I don't know what kind of puppy it is. Puppy. It's like a dog. Don't worry about it, right? I'm sure it's gonna turn into a dog. If it turns into anything else, sorry.
Call the dog ward, I'm gonna watch the dog.
And in the library, we got Jim Porter, who was a NASA ambassador. He presented Mission to Mars on October 17th. He's actually coming back for the March for the solar eclipse program, which is pretty cool. Staffing updates, Andrea, ski, retiring as of December 31st. And upcoming programs, we have Country House and Nursery School Story Time. Everybody love that. Civil War presentation. And Thanksgiving Fall Story Time for 2nd and 3rd graders. And a UPK class. So it should be fun. That's it for the library.
What's up with the heat there? Is that? We have heat?
No, not
Yeah,
yet.
that's what I'm saying. They
Well-
have parts.
It got installed. One of the parts they installed was no good, so they had to reorder it. It just came in Friday, the new part. So now they'll be there this weekend. I talked to them this morning.
Right. So
Has
we're,
it been heating up okay without?
It was
No.
64 degrees in there this morning.
Yeah.
we had a burn, so Dan looks in the middle, but then the fire company.
No, they did come in, they put the parts in, and one of the electronic parts was no good. So
Yeah.
they sent it back, and new one shipped, it's here, and we just gotta get them here.
They have
with-
to close though?
No, it's gotta be below 50 or something like that for them to
You just gotta wear hand gloves.
close. Sweaters and gloves.
So you can see your breath, during story time.
But hopefully that will all be changing this week. that it, Joe?
Yes, it is.
All right, councilperson Vogt.
Okay, zoning board of appeals, it's actually rather slow meeting there, but there was one public hearing for down on West Potomac Beach for, someone wanted to replace an existing shed with a greenhouse. They need a variance to have more than one accessory structure on their property. There was no public comment. And, public hearing was scheduled for, a house on Lake Road East Fork. Again, for it to have more than one accessory structure on their property. That'll be the fourth accessory structure on that property, so that will be this month's public hearing. History Center, is having their, Christmas at the Schoolhouse, it's called.
Did you volunteer me?
Doesn't-
Well, because Bunny Beardsley said I was singing.
Oh, I didn't, but.
No, I don't, well, I don't.
We can make a
think there's-
resolution.
We can-
Well, no, but I don't think there's a, yeah, with Sue?
No.
Okay, no,
Patty Jo, I heard you were Mrs. Claus and he was Santa.
no, Bunny grabs me and says, I hear you're Santa this year. He said, unless you get some kind of big thing for me to wear.
Oh, maybe that was her way of asking if you wanted to.
And you
No, we
said-
weren't gonna have a Santa.
Oh, then don't worry about it.
But if you're interested, now that I know you're interested,
I always,
we'll work it out.
when I was a kid, I always wanted to be Santa Claus.
Well, perfect. We'll make all your childhood dreams come true.
No,
But when is that anyways?
December 2nd, Saturday, December 2nd, 10 to 12:30. We're gonna have refreshments, kids crafts. We will have the Vitrola running. Be lining it up all day and playing some music on it. It's actually that fresh. Cool. Nice. Tours. We'll have a tree. So that should be fun. Dave was telling me that the Western Monroe County Historical Society had disbanded. So I guess the Western Monroe Historical Society was really kind of created to help manage the Morgan Manning House. But the Morgan Manning House now would like to become a museum, so in effort to do that, they're disbanding the society so that it could be a museum and it could have access to more grants and funds and money that way. So now they're doing paperwork and I think like a charter application for the Triangle Tract Historical Society. So that's gonna be Hamlin, Sweden, Virgin, Clarkson. Dave signed the paperwork, he's on that like committee for the Triangle Tract Historical Society, and we'll see what happens with that, and it's gonna be based out of Seymour Library. So that's that. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Councilperson Wright.
Well, let's see, I met the seniors, the advisory board the other day. There was lots of discussions on what they can do and what they can't do. And there was a lot of questions about the budget line for their budget. And they were also wondering, because they said they kept trying to access the senior link and it hadn't been updated. So I'm not sure how that gets updated.
On the website.
Yeah. Had like stuff from the spring.
I'll get my current,
What's that?
by the current,
Yeah.
the grade.
So who's responsible for updating?
Well, I know Michelle's put some stuff up on there.
I would think Michelle would, but I know Angel used to, but since she left, she hasn't.
That's why it's April.
So
Yeah, right.
maybe we'll talk, we'll figure it out whether Michelle or Rick.
Yeah, 'cause I can,
Yeah.
they have their dinner tomorrow, so. I'll find out
Yeah,
more.
we'll iron this out, we'll get it on
They also are up to 130 members as of right now. Their holiday dinner is set to Home Exempts tomorrow. There was a lot of curious questions about their budget line, how much money do they have? It seemed like they didn't really know like how much money they had to spend and who was responsible and what the rules were for the advisory board versus what Michelle's role was.
We kind of hashed all that
Yeah.
out. We did
Well,
the bylaws.
It seemed like
earlier
that
this
it
year.
came up again.
You probably have to do it again, over, you know,
Yeah. So the way I understand it is that
I mean,
they're
right.
just an advisory board, so they don't really have control
Yeah.
of the money.
Yeah.
They have to get approval for everything, because they're trying to do 3 trips next year.
So maybe once a year, once every 6 months, you go ahead. and
But that is the
discuss
way that we made
Yeah.
it, because it's not an open checkbook.
that. No, I mean, saying for them to
So-
understand.
Our Michelle, our senior citizen, our senior director is in charge of the money. And they bring things to her, that's how it was written up, and that's how we had to handle
That's,
the
I
tax,
just-
with tax dollars, that's
That
what we
makes
got.
sense. That's what I tried to explain it to them. I just had to get more confirmation that that's the way it's supposed to be, so. once they know that-
You're a test.
Well, and they're all just brand new on their board too, so they just, tomorrow, I guess, or something, they're having elections again. So, I met with Adam on the ambulance. He sent me some info today that I'd asked for. As of right now, they have 158 calls, and that's as of today. And in 2021, they had 164.
101,000.
Or, I'm sorry, 1,000, did I say 100? Yeah, 1,058. In 2021, yeah, we used to do that. In 2021, they had 1,064. Of course, that all isn't necessarily transports, they're, sign-offs, get canceled on the way, those kinds of things. 2459, they've had a lot of mechanical problems. They had overway motors, they replaced transmission lines, they had to replace the rear end, and then they got it back into the front where the lights aren't working, so they have to be fixed. I'm planning on meeting hopefully soon with the Mercy Flight management team, so I get more of an idea, what's the expenses like, what's the payroll like, versus what's the income and stuff like that. The director sent me an email today, so I told him I wanted to meet with them. The conservation board doesn't meet until the 27th, so I'll be there for that. And Hilton Parma Fire District meets December 12th, so that'll be my first meeting there. They're also having their election that night. The BFW, just so you have a little bit of an update from them, they had their small dedication on the 11th. They're having their Christmas party, or Christmas with Santa, with breakfast on December 16th. They have their Xmas party on December 9th, and they're also doing, the HVA is doing a cash bash this Saturday. And they have some bricks, but they're gonna pull them out after Thanksgiving. So they have to replant them next spring to make them more permanent. And, they're planning on a big shindig for Memorial next year, so that'll be really, really nice. They should have everything in place. We have like 80 some odd bricks purchased. All the benches have been purchased from all the different organizations, and that's about it.
Are they still selling the bricks? Like,
You'll be selling bricks
Okay.
probably
Long-term.
a long time. So, your brother did a nice job. So, if people haven't seen it, they really need to see it.
I think,
It didn't have any expenditures go out yet,
do call it, probably had now.
All right, anything else?
That's it.
Councilperson Harold.
Yes. Hamlin Morton Walker meeting, they've had 375 calls year to date. There was some concern over placarding signs for the houses, which I talked to Cheryl, and Cheryl's talked to them. We got that straightened out. Their annual Santa run is gonna be December 16th. And their budget, they approved their budget. Hamlin, the planning board, there was a sketch plan for a house on 7 Fencewood. There was concern over that. The site plan was actually approved 49 years ago. So there's been some discrepancy with that, so they've asked for a new site plan. And they'll come back for a public hearing for the January 3rd meeting. Hopefully we get that all squared away. And then there was 2 conservation corridor development permits to repair revetment. 2 houses that are right next to each other, 7890 Newport Drive and 7886, and they were both approved. And there was property merge for 365 Drake Road, to merge two properties into one, basically just moving around over. And that was approved. And then, farmland protection plan, Steve and I met with our consultant from CPL Engineering, is Justin Steinbeck. We met with him last week, Monday afternoon, with Monroe County Planning and Development, Monroe County Soil and Water, and Bob King was here from MCC Ag and Life Sciences. And we kind of squared away as who's going to be responsible for what as far as moving forward on the plan. And we got a meeting coming up Wednesday night with the Ag Committee that's in town. And 7 p.m. Yep, we'll get that going. And then on the Conservation Board, Rick Clark's getting off, right? He was on the Farmland Protection Plan Committee, so if they want to put somebody on that committee, that would be good. And we go to the Conservation Board to see if they want to have somebody take his spot.
Can he stay on it though? He can probably stay on there, right?
Well, we'd like somebody from the Conservation Board to represent the board.
Are we replacing that position?
I believe
Yeah, we do.
we don't have to, we can actually drop the number down, but we should probably really. We were waiting for another,
And I'll probably have a schedule.
that's something maybe happened with another member, but it's not yet.
That's all I got.
Okay, thank you. Cheryl Vicelli, our building inspector, code enforcement.
Okay, we had a busy month. The department issued 34 permits, which is good for this time of year. We received over $2,400 in permit costs received to the town, and valuation was over $486,000. So that's always good to see. 18 permits have been closed. Only 112 phone calls into the office, so you know the weather's changing. I decided to include burn permits. We had 4 burn permits issued this month. There's only been 7 complaint letters. There's some ongoing I didn't include, but just, littering, junk cars, brush, grass, and weeds. And I still have a lot of Lakeshore residents calling my office, asking information about the sewers and what's going on, and I usually forward them to the MRD group or Steve. And court, we've been busy in court. We've had a court appearance for a couple of residents that they had to delay for the 3rd time, so now we'll be going December 4th. And then we've also been to court for an ongoing neighbor dispute that reflects one of the town's new codes that we put in service. And this is going to be scheduled to be reviewed in 6 months. See if everything has stopped and seized. And we'll just get the part ready for, get all the records together for the upcoming organizational meeting in January 2024. And that's about it.
County Superintendent Mike Jeremy.
We pretty much wrapped up road work. We have a few small county jobs left to do. I'm working on doing a lot of roadside mowing, getting caught up with that. The drainage project down on Shore Acres, started that today, so we should get that wrapped up this week and see what happens to that water level down there. Other than that, we've just been working in the parks and getting some things cleaned up, and had new employees start today for the sewer. Today, our brand new sewer lift station that isn't even online has already got fault code and maybe taken out a frequency drive. So that may be down before it ever got started.
Why not? I wouldn't flush anything yet.
No, we haven't, people are very anxious, and they've been patiently waiting, and this was not something we wanted to see today. We were waiting for the last stage, was getting the generator started up by that company, And we should have been going ahead, so the electrician's supposed to be coming out to troubleshoot these problems and see where we stand now. That's where we are.
Because Emilio called you about, I called him and didn't get through, about the new tests for the generator, or no? He said it's supposed to maybe happen this week.
That's what they keep telling me, but nobody's giving me a date yet.
Well, me neither, that's what I was trying to say.
Okay, no. No date yet.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Recreation supervisor, Kaylee.
We all survived another Halloween-a-thon, which is amazing in itself. We've slowed down a lot in the office. Next big thing we have is bedtime stories with Santa, which is moved to St. John's this year. To accommodate more people, we've only got about 50 people in the gym. We already have over 40 registered, so I think that was a good move. It's December 9th. We booked a magician again, a different one, so the show's not always the same. We'll do cookies and milk again, and then Santa and Mrs. Claus will join us that night. We're really just working on the brochure for all the programs that are January to April. We put out Josh actually put out a really good survey last week. I don't know if anyone saw it, asking what people wanted. We got over 92 responses already, which is huge. I think we put it out Thursday. I think it was Thursday. Seems like a consensus is they like these more adult programs, so we kind of put our brains together working on that this last couple days. But it should be a good brochure. We got a lot of stuff coming. And then the other major thing, I sent you guys an email. The Friends of Recreation lost its president and treasurer last week at our meeting. Last week, maybe one together. So we need to fill those roles because it's not a town position, it's a separate 501c3. So we need to do some work there. The only active board member we have is actually the secretary who's here tonight. The vice president role has not been filled in some time, so we gotta do some work there.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Transition.
You put like an ad or something out so people know, like, show up or email blast.
It's a weird thing, because like, I don't think the rec department can pay for an ad for, it's a very,
So if I will receive,
Yeah.
they have to, whoever's gotta do it that way.
Can they put something they don't pay for, like if they do an email blast or something? They put out articles before asking for people to join the meetings. No, like if it's not costing, you know what I mean, it's not costing anything, they just.
They can put it out in their,
They have an
Your
account, they have
email,
money in the
yeah.
account, they have to pay for it, they can pay for it.
right.
so we usually at our brochures, we advertise for the, I don't think we've done cultural committee, but, the friends group, the youth group, basically all those groups that we support, and we always ask for members. It's hard to get volunteers, I'm not gonna pretend it's easy.
Yeah.
And as we talked about, the same volunteers are the same people that are going, like, we have, a couple older women in our group, and they're also the ones that run Life Solutions, so it's like the same handful of people around Hamlin are volunteering, so. We'll work on it, it's gonna take some time to get going, and it's a fine line that I wanna keep separate, so we're working on it.
Let's skip over to our assessor has some lengthy stuff we have to talk about,
I do,
but I'm gonna skip to our town clerk first, and I'll hit you.
okay.
We'll go to you, not that. Bad choice of words.
I got word today that the state has filed law 9, 10, and 11, so that's in.
Okay, good.
And we're slowing down in the office, and now we'll start working on, getting the records pulled out that need to get destroyed and getting everybody's records coming in, so that's what we usually do this time of year.
Okay,
Other than
all right, thank you. All right, now our assessor, I know we have a bunch of things with our revale coming up, so.
I do, so I apologize that it is gonna be long, but I'll try to be quick, Mike. So, I haven't been here since September. I was at, the New York State Assessors Association Conference with about 450 other assessors from New York State in Saratoga, which was a wonderful conference, great classes. So, the things that are important that I need to talk about, and they're time sensitive, is I sent everybody an email about the local options for the exemptions, for the firefighters, for the senior exemptions, explaining all of them with brochures. So we have to make decisions on them if we're going to opt in or do any of those. Maureen, I also sent them to you, but I know you were gone. The one that I really would like the town board to look at to do this year is to amend the firefighters one. So surviving spouses are eligible, and if you have been a member for at least 20 years, you're considered a life member, and then you would automatically get the exemption.
Do you do that for military too, then?
I'm sorry,
Would you do that for the military exemption too?
would I?
Well, I'm just saying, because it's like, you gotta, if you do it for the one, right?
It already is surviving spouse for the military.
It is, okay. So
It
that's-
is, yeah.
Hope was just saying something, I think, something like that.
I didn't hear that.
But it is surviving spouse for the military already. But we do have a member or a resident in Hamlin who did not get it last year, and her husband was over 20 years with the fire department. She did call me, and he had passed right in March, I think it was, and she couldn't get it, and she would be eligible for this. So that's why I'm asking if the board would look at amending that this year, hopefully in January before all my exemptions are coming due. The 3 senior ones, 3 are local options, 2 are mandated. So the 2 that are mandated, I already do. The 3 that are local options, I really don't think that we should do any of those 3. Most of the other towns are not doing those 3 either. And then what was that I sent you? Oh, the veterans. Oh, they want to raise the limits. The only ones that raise the limits so far is the county. Towns are not following suit right now on raising those limits. Again, it's a local option. So if you want to do it, we can do it.
What's the limit on
Well, they fall into categories, so it's 10%, 15%, or 25%, but they raised each of those limits. Oh, I thought I sent it to you, Rick, the amounts.
Let's see it.
They're high. They raised them really high.
And for these local laws that she's talking about right now,
Uh-huh.
we're not gonna vote tonight on them. We're gonna vote maybe the next meeting, we get information so the town board can think about this and everything. We are gonna have to vote on some things tonight because they're time sensitive, the mailings.
Yep, so
But so stuff right now, this is information, and we're gonna vote next meeting, but, so everybody can think about it right now.
I will resend this out to you all tomorrow if you want with the 4 attachments. It gives the amounts. It's for the alt vets and the Cold War vets. So it raised it from 36,000 to 45,000 for the Cold War vets. And then there's 3 categories for the alt vets, and all 3 were raised. Again, the county is the only one who have done that so far. Okay,
So that means less exemptions when they raise the limit.
more exemption. They're gonna receive quite a bit more exemption.
More exemptions.
Yes, they would.
That's gotta be done by the end of the year. Liz?
Well, the only reason I'm asking is all exemptions have to be in by March 1st. So I have to know to let the county know to change my numbers. And with the reassessment, I'd really sooner than later because we're trying to get these exemptions on that are coming in. So, I mean, if you had to push it to like February, March, but March 1st is the absolute deadline for it.
We could do it like that.
Yeah.
We'll do it by then, yes, like I say.
Do it by
and if
next meeting.
You can always request more information if you think it's something from the before.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will resend that if you want me to all of you tomorrow. I also send you a copy from the state of what the impact notice is gonna look like going out to all the residents. It's exactly what the residents are gonna get. It's gonna tell you what your taxes would be based on if we were using the tax rates from the prior year. But highlighted states that it's from the prior year tax rates. It's just an example. but this is what an impact letter is, okay? I sent that to all of you guys too. I didn't know if you had any questions on that? No?
No, I think it looks great.
It actually is what we have to send.
Self-explanatory.
Everything on there
It's
is.
not that we have a choice.
Right.
No, I agree. I thought I would reach out to the state to get that though, because you were interested. So here's the thing that's really, really time sensitive. So after my assessment meeting, you guys, the residents wanted more communication about this reassessment. We had talked, Phil, briefly about setting up a website. So I had a meeting last Tuesday with the guy who does our websites. He came in and sat with me and we threw a bunch of ideas out there and he's willing to redo the whole website for me, do an offshoot of it, of all of my exemptions. If I get him the material by the third week in November, he'll have it done by the first week in December, within 2 weeks. And then I reached out to ABS, who prints and does all the printing for all of Monroe County for the assessors. So they do the postcards, they do the mailing of my impact letters, and they do all that. So after going around with ABS, they gave me some prices. Now here's where it's time sensitive. If we do this website in 2 weeks, ABS can have these postcards, they can start getting them ready. I have to let them know by the first week in December if they're gonna do them, and they can have them done by the first or second week in January. But they need to know by early December if we're doing this. So, the prices I got for the postcards, okay? So I got the 4x6s, I got black only, and it would be $1,530 for black postcards, 4x6s, 3,000 postcards to go out, or we could do 4x6 color for $1,692. Okay, that's 3,000. I am not sending them obviously to the land people, or you know what I mean, my utilities, those kind of people won't get them, only the residents, my 210s. So here's a 4x6, here's a 5x7, okay? I recently in the mail, myself, got 2 4x6 postcards. One was from Hilton School District, one I just got today from the American Legion. So I actually called the Hilton School District this morning and I asked them where they got their cards done, right? And they were great. They got them done at BOCES. I called BOCES and BOCES said they would love to do them for us, but they can't. They're only allowed to do them for school districts. But it was a shock. I thought I would go for it. But I want to show you what's important to me, and I said this to Steve. I would have thrown both these in the mail if the red color did not stand out to me, especially this first one I got from the school district. The red logo made me stop from throwing it out and look at it. And it explained what this was about their exemptions. What I just presented to you about the exemptions at a local option, they also have to present to their board whether they're going to adopt them or not. So they sent this to all the Hilton School District residents. So my point is, I think color matters. It does to me. And then this one today, I got, look at the color on this one. You know, and when I asked ABS, I said in front and back, I said, can I just have something in red that says attention residents to get their attention so they don't throw it out? They said they can't just do that. I would have to go with the color font. So the next question is I think we should do color. I'm okay with the 4x6, but Steve kind of liked the idea of a 5x7. So the thing is with the 5x7, what I need to get on the card is going to be basically, please go to this website. I am gonna have a QR code like they have on here, right on the card they're gonna do for me. Go to this website for information about the reassessment, to watch those videos I presented. Then I'm gonna put on the card also, if you don't have access to a computer, I've talked to the library, you may go to the library, last resort, come into the assessor's office. Down at the bottom of the card, so we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone with this postcard. I'm mandated to send that second notice to all the seniors regarding the senior exemption. That law went into effect last year. By doing this postcard at the bottom, I'm gonna have like something with stars stating All seniors over 65 years of age, income under 58.4, please come see the assessor. You may qualify for another exemption. So our postcard is going to take care of two things. But here's the thing, I would like them to go out in January because I want my impact notices, if I'm done, to go out by the end of February, early March at the latest. That's at the latest. My models and cost and land tables are done. I am going to be out this week checking all my value. I'll be out for the next 4 weeks, checking all my values and seeing if I like them or not with my residentials. Not to go off subject, let's go back to the postcards and I'll go into that, but that's why it's time sensitive. And the 5x7, so if we went with the 5x7 with a color, it'd be $1,752 and then a $300 setup fee. So it'd be $2,052 for a 5x7 color. 5x7 black would be $1,890, and then again, the 4x6, we could go black or color. But
It's $60 more
To go color.
to go, no, the 5x7 is $60 more than the 4x6.
Oh.
for the color, right? Yeah.
For either one, color
Yes.
or black,
Yes.
whatever. Black, color is 2 cents a postcard more than black.
Yeah, I would agree
Right.
with you.
Well, that's why I was telling her with the seniors, how much information are you putting on? Because your card from Hilton,
Yes. It is small.
that's 4x6, but doesn't that look awful crowded for a senior citizen to read?
Yeah.
Hi, you're right here.
Yes, I am right here.
I mean, from here, that's
I mean,
crowded.
yeah.
That's what I was saying, the 5x7, and if you got two extra, if you're doing two things on the same card anyway, so we're saving a mailing.
All right, I make a resolution that we go bigger or in color.
5x7 in color.
Thank you. I like that decision.
My only suggestion, Liz, is instead of saying attention residents, I would put attention Hamlin residents.
Okay.
Because I think it would even draw that attention, you know.
So these will go out then in January, and that website should be up and running hopefully by mid-December, as long as we get everything to everybody on time, okay? Jen, I know you were asking about the website for some residents, so we're working on it, okay?
On the postcard, I just have a question, like how spacing is if you got the bigger card, is it
That's-
spaced out more?
It will be, because I really,
Okay.
yeah,
You know,
it will be
like,
spaced
You're
out.
trying to
a lot.
read something and it's like pretty hard to read.
Before you
Yeah.
continue, then we have to vote on it. It's already been started.
Right.
Yeah, we got to do the vote.
Well, all right.
Yeah, got
No, you're
everybody
okay, you
second?
made the thing, but we gotta finish it.
Finish it.
It's,
He seconded,
But,
Yes.
right,
yes.
Volkel, Geiger,
Yes.
Buzz.
yes. Okay, now continue.
Okay, I'll be quick. So, Bob King reached out to me also. If you guys need any numbers for your meeting Wednesday night, he said you may reach to me for the numbers to take, let me know and I'll get those for you, okay?
Yep, thanks.
I told you I'm gonna be out checking my values for the next month. I reached out, actually Jeanette called 7 of my farmers today and set up 7 farm tours for me. I will be checking inventory on my big farmers to make sure I've got those all perfect. I know a lot of them are exempt anyways, but I want the inventory on. My income and expense reports have gone out to all of my commercial residents, so those will be done also. So we're on target. We're doing good, but I'm out checking numbers, so we'll see where we fall there, okay? The last thing I have is, I really don't like to talk about this in open meeting, but I guess we can't do this in executive session. So I want to just mention, we had talked about Jeanette's hours are gonna be getting cut back next year after the reassessment in July 1st. And she had asked if the board has any idea about what her hours may be, or what about days off during the week, or how is that gonna be handled, or,
I don't think we can.
We have not talked about that yet, and we could talk about that actually during the executive
Yeah,
session.
we can't
'cause
talk
that's-
about this
That's an
at all.
employment issue.
well, I thought so, but you told me I couldn't go in executive session for stuff, so You know what,
For
that's
the
why I'm
senior
bringing it up.
citizen stuff, for that is an employment issue, so
Yeah,
we
we
can't
can't
do
do
that.
Okay, can you talk about that and let me know,
Yep,
so I can let her know, because she's been asking.
okay.
Thank you. That's it, that's all I've got.
Do you need, before we, what about the envelope mailing? How much time do we have for that?
That's the other thing ABS wanted to know. So I sent them a template of my impact notices. They are gonna fold all my impact notices and provide window envelopes. So they'll fold them, put them in the envelope and mail them all for me. And thanks, Steve, I totally forgot. I would need a resolution. That's gonna be a little bit more expensive, obviously, because mailing's gonna be up to 68 cents next year. They'll do it in a bulk mail for me, but those are gonna go February sometime, early March.
Well, how soon do they need to know that? Like,
Well, the ABS asked if I would let them know when I let them know about the postcards.
we have the money
That's good.
to do it. It's our rebuild, we gotta do it. So we have the
I'll
money.
make a resolution now. How much is that?
I don't know yet, because I
The
haven't
state
sent the template.
mandates it, can we build a city?
What?
If the state mandates it, can we build the state for us?
So, listen, I talked to my assessor friend in Riga, and they bought one of those folding machines. So I said, I mentioned to Steve today, I'm like, maybe you can buy me a folding machine. Guess how much they paid 10 years ago for a folding machine? $7,000, just for a machine to fold the letters and put them in an envelope.
We used to have one here, remember?
I didn't remember.
I
I have one in my office.
You have
Oh, you do?
You do?
You have it.
A small one.
Oh, a small
It's
one.
a small one. Might take a little bit longer.
Yeah, this is like 3,500. I am
Yeah.
not gonna sit at a small machine. I'm not gonna have the time.
That's, we have the money, so I mean,
What do we?
did you make the, did you?
Well, I don't know, we have to have a figure.
She just said 68 cents a
They're
letter.
gonna be 68, but he's gonna try to do it in a bulk mailing, but they are gonna charge me to fold them. There's 3,600 of them,
Why don't we, okay, I make a resolution that we do the bulk mailing for the
impact notices.
impact notices.
Second.
They don't give you a deal for doing a.
He's going to give me a better price.
Oh, yeah.
He is going to do that. I had to send him the template though to see if their envelopes will fit in the window there. So they're gonna get back to me on a price on that.
Can I get a second?
I got a second. I said,
Oh, it was you that said it?
yeah, I tried to sound like Phil, but it didn't.
You did sound like Phil, because I wrote down Phil.
Nobody's usually sitting
That's my eye.
Hurlbut,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Vogel,
Yeah.
Yeager, Buzz.
Yes.
That's it. Thank you.
No problem. My report is that we've been busy with a lot of things. We're gonna go to bond for the sewer district. We had a meeting with our bond rating company last week. We did very well. The town is our bond rating went up. We're either up to A+ or A double plus. Now, exactly what does that mean? It probably means more people are gonna be bidding for our business, more banks. I don't know if it's gonna lower the interest rate at all or not. We'll see what happens. We'll go out to bid December 1st, but we are working with our bond company on this, and we're looking very well, so we should have no trouble getting it done. Get it done before it might jump up.
I was gonna say, do you know what the range is for interest rates right now?
It's right around 5 right now, so hopefully it stays there till at least the 1st. So, like I said, I've been working with the farmland thing with Phil, we've been working up here doing a bunch of different things, getting everything ready, a lot with the sewer. A lot of phone calls with the sewer, people are calling Steve Hawley's office about the sewer. Because we're giving them a runaround here, not giving them straight answers. I can't help what I don't know yet. But Mike told you about that, hopefully this week, but we're not sure. It might be, but we're not sure. We got electricians out there, but
Do you still plan on, are you gonna send something out? Someone asked me this week.
Yes.
How are we gonna know? So you can send letters?
we're gonna have it on our website, we're gonna have letter, or put it right on their doors, yes. as soon as we can do this, yes, we're going out with it. And that's it for reports. Is there any discussion? Okay. Then requesting town board resolution to go into executive session for an employee employment history issue.
Second?
Hurlbut.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Jaeger,
Yes.
Both.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you save time with that, Katie Jo?